Hi guys, my name is Jinxi, and I'm honored here to present to you guys our research project results. And the structure of our research is first we'll be introducing our research questions, then we'll be looking at the data analysis and insights, and from our insights, we'll be getting into our targeting strategies, and at the end, we'll be discussing the limitations and conclusions of our studies. And first, let's look at the Amazon ads and why it's important. So for us, we think that the customer, before making a purchase, has a period of time to getting familiarized with the market, and that's where the ads shines. It gives customer perspective of each brand, and to let the brand to show off their products to the consumers. So it's a really important way of marketing. And then it leads to the question like how effective are Amazon ads and what are the indications that ads is effective? And then now is the time for us to dig into the data. From the data overview, we can see that there's a lot of entries, 8,894 entries with 24 different variables. And now we'll be taking a look at the variables that we're interested in and to see if there is an impact or relationships between the ad sales and the variables themselves. First, we did a little market analysis, and we saw that almost 50% of the market are consist of only two largest brands, Alpha and Beta. So now we have the hypothesis that the larger brands are a better representation of the market. Now let's take a look at the 10 of the biggest companies on Amazon and their performance on sales. So as we can see, in the green are ad sales and the red are non-ad sales. And the ad sales for almost all companies are taking up to almost two-thirds of the total sales. It is to our surprise. The pattern consists even to the smaller firms. So across the market, the ad sales are really growing strong and they're taking up really big part of the market. And then we can look at all the confounding factors and see what are the relationship between the informations of the customers and the performance of ads. If we look at the Prime membership, we can see that the distribution of the sales avenues by each ad type is almost identical. The difference is only being on the scale on the y-axis. There are more non-prime purchases than prime. And then we look at geographic distribution, very similar to Amazon Prime. We don't see a big connection between the geo distribution and the performance of ad revenues. But is there patterns all the same across all different variables? And our conclusion is yes. So for the variables like prime status, marital status, geographic location, gender, education, income, age, it does not have a significant impact on the ad sale revenue ratio across all brands. So here we can see we rank the total revenue of each product from left to right, and their sales is the y-axis. This green line indicates the ratio of sale through ads over sales through no ads. And the average ratio is 2.18, meaning that the ad sales in average is 2.18 the amount of non-ad sales. So from the last slide, we can get a conclusion that all the brands, retailers should try to use Amazon ads at their marketing strategy because it will benefit them in all aspects. And we got evidence looking at the whole market. But now it's the time to look at the consumer side, what consumer can get the most of the Amazon ads and how Amazon should distribute their ads efficiently with consumer interest.
So finally, we're getting to the WOOF score and using our probability classifiers. So as we have discussed earlier, there's less significance among all the variables. So there's only one thing we're considering, the product names, and which indicates the purpose of the product and will lead to a higher accuracy. With using the words as sentiments, we'll map it to the right categories, which will match the customer's needs. And the probabilities of function model are very basic and easy to use. We're summing all the possible probabilities through const over whether the product's brand size or its corresponding flavor or types. And we'll also choose to reverse the ranking just to make our smaller brands get noticed. So the current limitations and conclusion over all strategies and analyses we have proposed are as following. The technologies, we're trying to use a better algorithms to run through the probability iterations. And For further, we're going to measure the product sales goals and the brand clicks, which we're providing with the limited data according to what we had. And also, if we know the preferences and investments of our clients, we can optimize the algorithms further.